middle. All right, let's go, because I don't know when this guy's coming back to work.
Well, we've been talking for 36
I know.
minutes. Go ahead.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh, wow, that
one
was...
almost spilled.
You slammed that down. You mustn't feel
That
like
one
you need it
spilled.
today. Welcome.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the podcast that's, well, I know, it's the poop emoji of podcasts, a smiling pile of crap.
A smiling pile of crap.
That's what this...
That everybody loves.
Yeah, that everybody uses regularly.
That's right. Oh, sure.
It keeps you regular.
We're in use.
Yeah.
That's right.
We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman. Thank you for downloading and listening to the podcast.
Yeah. This is episode 40. Can you believe that?
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
And
a podcast 1 year younger than Rachel.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And it's been 1 full year since you and I left the radio station.
Yes, it has. And that brings me to the topic of conversation. I need a job.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
I thought you were just going to retire. And
No, I
you want something to
do. One of the things that I miss the most about being on the radio
Money?
is the paycheck.
Yes. True. Yeah,
That's a fact.
That's an easy thing to miss.
Yeah. And so I read this morning. I found this incredible, and I think maybe I've found a new career because I don't have an old career anymore. It says here that nearly all of people, 9 out of 10 people, support the idea of a chief of happiness officer at work.
Oh, sure. Why not?
I don't know what that is, but
why
I
would
believe
you be against that?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. I'm certainly not against it. I don't know what it means either. But
reception?
The receptionist?
Who's in charge of the happiness at your job?
Well, I just feel like this is something that's tailor made for me.
You? You think
I could be. That's. I mean, who wouldn't want to be the chief?
Okay.
What do? I am the chief of happiness officer. And where do you do that?
It's your job. You realize, I think that the job of the chief happiness officer is to bring joy to the office.
Exactly.
And you think that is something you could do?
Yes.
Do you think you're qualified for that?
I do.
I think we should interview Dave for this job because I think you are the absolute opposite of the chief happiness officer.
Wait a minute. You don't think I can make you laugh?
No. Well, yes, you can. This makes me laugh now, now.
See?
Like, this is
what I'm
making
telling
me
you.
laugh.
This whole concept does.
Yes,
yeah. Making you laugh it depends on the context of the laughter and who you're laughing at and at whose expense.
I'm not laughing with you at this moment.
I see.
I think you are the absolute, you're the wrong person for this job.
I believe I was cut out to do this.
Why do you think that? What do you think qualifies?
Tell us a moment of workplace sadness that you swooped in and made everyone happy with.
Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I think I did that all the time with you guys.
Specific example?
Because we can talk about it now. Oh, the ratings sucked.
Yeah.
And I would go, all right, relax. This happens. It's what we do. Sometimes the ratings are up. Sometimes the ratings are down.
You did downplay any.
Of
you
course.
downplayed any sour things.
Yes, because
which is
Dave,
good. But you also kind of downplayed some happiness. I don't think you brought up the happiness.
What are you talking about? Where would I
Sometimes
downplay?
I feel like you've been the opposite of the chief happiness officer because when people were really up and happy, you felt it was actually quite literally your job to knock them down a peg.
Oh yes, I
think you did think that.
I feel like if you're too over the moon about something, I need to bring you back down to earth.
Okay, so the happiness officer brings joy. That's not a joyful tactic.
It doesn't say that, Rachel. It doesn't say.
What do you have to do?
It just says that 90% of people support the idea of a chief of happiness officer at work.
Okay.
That would be my job. I would be in charge of the happiness in the office. If somebody's too happy, we can't have that.
Okay,
so the mundane officer.
Your job is to balance out the happiness. You want an average of happiness.
Does anybody really need that person that comes in every morning and goes, Good morning.
Well, that's me. That's what I did.
Nobody needs that every day. That's why somebody needs to tamp that down.
People
How is
like
that
By the
keeping her
same
happy then?
token,
That's
you
not-
don't
yeah.
you don't want the guy that comes in kind of like Forman. Remember, Forman would come in and you'd go, "Good morning," and he'd go, "Hi."
would always come in 5 minutes late, and he's rushing to get there.
Right. Good
And you're
morning.
and then he doesn't want to hear
Hi.
joy at that moment.
Hi. So
he didn't want-
I had
That's
to
true.
I was in charge. I mean, to me, the chief happiness officer has to work with the yin and the yang there. You got a
Okay.
little too much on this side, you got a little too much on the other
I
side.
don't think that's the job.
Somebody needs to somebody needs to balance it out.
No, I think
Yeah.
there can be an infinite amount of happiness and joy. You believe there's a cap, and a hard cap at like an 8 out of 10 or
No,
something.
I didn't say that.
What do you think?
You can't.
Your
you
job
can't
is
have,
not to have be an average happiness
I think
officer.
I think the chief of happiness officer is also the chief of realism officer.
No.
In other words,
no.
No.
I'm really looking forward to the weekend. Why? I'm going to a family reunion. Oh, and that makes you happy because I'll tell you why it shouldn't. Right?
Why is the chief happiness officer explaining why
Right.
things aren't happy?
Yes, you
Because-
can't explain why things suck as the happiness
Because
officer.
I don't want you coming in Monday after the family reunion sucks, and it will. Am I right, Foreman? It
Not-
will suck.
No.
Not definitively.
Yes, it will.
No, I like
At
being with my family.
At some
Okay,
point,
of
it'll
the
suck.
three of us, who should be
Yes.
the chief happiness officer of,
We have-
say, this podcast?
Rachel.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously.
Yes.
Why are we
Thank
even
you.
asking?
No,
Right.
No,
Yes.
she's not in charge of
If you want to
happiness.
be the balancing officer between a yin and yang, might I suggest being in between us doing a podcast? And that's it.
That's it. I can't imagine. Like, if Rachel's the happiness officer,
It would be limitless happiness. Limitless.
I'm very unhappy. That
Why?
makes me terribly sad. It makes me miserable.
Why does that make you sad?
Because, I mean, that's
There's
just
too much happiness.
Dave's
for you.
nightmare is an office that's full of people who
Are happy.
who are
No,
happy, who
no,
get along,
no.
who chat with each other. It's full of decorations, is
Oh.
always celebrating something.
Every holiday. Yep. He would hate that.
That's right.
You
That's
cannot be the chief happiness officer. You are the antithesis of happiness officer.
right. No, I think
Yes, you
I've got
tamp
it all
everything
figured
down.
out. Because you can't be too happy. And you can't be too sad.
There
you have
are
to
very
find,
few
you
things that
have to
make
find
you
the
feel,
middle.
Yeah,
you have to
no.
find it.
I think there's limitless, like unlimited happiness. But you are like you want to. I don't know. It's like you want to tamp everything down. There's like a limited amount of happiness. Like
Yeah.
you can only have so much.
Yeah, sure.
I don't believe that.
Are you happy and perky all the time?
No, not all the time, but
Uh-huh.
generally at work I was okay.
Oh yeah, except when you came in cursing, swearing, mad at the world.
Well, then that was your job to be the happiness officer that day,
and
and
how
it
did
didn't work.
And how did I do? You left with a smile on your face, didn't
Yeah,
you?
right.
You did.
Well,
If I came in
not every
grumpy-
day.
Yeah, if I came in grumpy, Dave was bound to make it worse.
True.
For sure.
Like if you're grumpy, well, I might as well add my grumpiness
Yeah,
to yours
let me
and let's make it
pile
worse.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Whatever you think. Anyway,
Thanks.
if somebody needs a qualified
Yeah.
chief of happiness officer, I am definitely looking for work.
Thanks.
Dave
Thank you for
Rachel-
coming in for this interview.
Yes.
We'll,
That's right.
We'll
Dave
be in
Rachel
touch.
Foreman
Application.
at gmail.com. Please get a hold of me. I can live up. I won't overdo it like some people. And I won't undo it like some other people.
We'll consider your application.
Okay, thank you.
getting out the paper shredder
What is that?
for your resume.
That's so funny.
I don't have a resume. That's the problem. How am I ever going to get a resume now? I don't even know how to do one.
I don't really either.
I hadn't done a resume in 40 years. There we
Well,
go.
there it goes.
There goes my resume. He's shredding my resume. That's not very nice. That's not
made
very
me
happy. That didn't. Maybe it made you happy, but
Well, you just brought the happiness up, Dave.
did I? All right, here we go. I'll wait until you swallow.
Sorry. I'm done.
That's what she said.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, a podcast that, I don't know, it's like having poutine for breakfast.
Delicious.
It's not a good idea. That's probably bad for you. Really. Just really.
But we're glad you're here.
Yeah. But, delicious, says Rachel.
Poutine's always a good idea.
I don't know about for breakfast, but okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, a 10-year-old might agree with you. We had a group of 10-year-olds over on the weekend.
Boy.
Harley wanted to have all our friends here for one last sleepover before the school year's over.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Because now it's summertime.
Right.
And
That
geez,
seems like a good idea.
we made like
As
double.
as your chief happiness officer, I would advise. I would
not you.
advise against that.
It's me now. I'm the happiness
I don't
officer.
think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, we just had, the entire house got soaked because kids running in and out of the hot tub.
Gosh.
Oh boy.
Of course.
Any room they were in or any activity they did, they just left a disaster and then went on to something else.
How many kids were there?
There were 3 other girls, so there were 4.
Oh,
in
that's
total.
it?
Yeah.
Just 4.
Plus Emily, always
Okay,
wanting to
yes.
get in with a 10-year-old,
course.
and she's only 6.
Right.
Yeah.
She has to play with
One
the
of
big
the other
girls.
moms decided, I thought I'd get everyone a nice little treat and a bucket, an individual bucket of cotton candy for each girl.
Oh, that's a
boy.
really good idea.
Guess how quickly
Sure.
that disappeared?
Again,
Melt in your
as,
mouth.
as chief happiness officer, I wouldn't. I would advise against that.
You would have been the parent dropping off the kid with all the candy and going home.
Here
yes,
you go.
that would make me very happy.
Have a great night. Don't call.
Was this for her birthday or no?
Just
This
as was like it was a
fun.
last weekend before the last week of school.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, before everyone goes on vacations and things, and
Yeah.
you don't know where. Yeah. So, but one of the other things I noticed, because I already know that Harley's been obsessed with it, and she's got all the little gibbets and things to decorate her shoes, is that every 10-year-old has Crocs
Oh, really?
decorated in the
yeah.
gibbets.
Oh.
My daughter wants Crocs too, and she's going to be 10 soon. She just asked me for some, and I said, no, not right now.
Why? Why not?
Well, she asked me, she's like, Mom, can I have some Crocs? I said, will you buy me some Crocs? I said, no, I just bought you Vans that you never wear, that you had to have. It was the checkerboard rainbow ones. And I was like, you never wear them. And she's like, well, what about for my birthday? I said, okay, for your birthday, you can have Crocs, which is in August. So, but
She
now,
needs. You can wear them for
does she? I don't know.
anywhere, for any occasion, anytime. She has to have Crocs. You were denying her friendships by her not having Crocs at
Yes.
school.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Of course, you've got to
and
have
she'll
Crocs.
want real ones, not the fake ones. Like it'll be a whole. Now it's begun. They're 10. It's
All
begun.
the gibbets too.
I didn't even know what they were called.
I thought
The
they were
things that stick in the
giblets.
hole.
I thought they were
Gibbets.
giblets.
No, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
like
it
a
almost sounds
drumstick?
like a bad word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Gibbets.
But then I presented it on Halifax Radio and it was immediately corrected by many parents who also have their own Crocs, so it's just as hot for adults.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were when we went to buy the Vans. We were at that store, Journeys, and while we were in there, a group of teens came in, which fascinated Julia. And the girl at the store said, "Hey, we just got new gibbets," and all the teens were like, "Oh my gosh!" And they all immediately, it was a huge deal. And Julia's watching this, like, what, And I thought, the next thing she asks for, it's going to be Crocs, and I was right.
There's even websites where you can upload any picture and have them make it into a gibbet for you.
What?
Like, say, your face.
Oh, that's cool, actually. We should make gibbets of us. That'd be amazing.
Okay. As
Yes.
chief happiness officer, again, I advise against that.
Dave, Rachel, and Forman gibbets. That'd be
No.
so cool.
You
No.
can buy these things. We heard a story of this guy, this 9-year-old who's going to their campground every weekend all summer now, selling gibbets at a table at the campground, like $1
Wow.
each. Her mom will buy them in like a giant bulk bag off of some, the Wish app or some one of those things.
Okay,
Yeah, sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, like you can make all kinds of money off these
I didn't.
things.
How much do they cost normally? I have
don't
no
know.
idea. I don't know
I-
anything
knows?
about Crocs. I've never even tried them on.
Well, you got to get them.
Uh-huh.
Although,
What are you
I-
waiting for?
I would
I don't know. I
advise.
thought they would maybe become cooler, which I guess they have, but
they are. Everybody of every
Now
age
they
is
are
wearing
cool.
them.
Now, that's
Oh,
the way
yeah.
to make it uncool, though, is to stick us on them. I mean,
Yes,
don't
for
do,
You want
Face.
to
don't
end
do
that,
that.
trend. Yeah.
If we ever have merch, that's the first thing we'll start.
I don't know.
with.
How old were the teens that you saw that were looking for the new
Oh, I don't know, 15, 14, 15.
Because I got a 16-year-old with no Crocs.
Yeah,
I-
well,
and I-
I've
that's
never.
To my
fascinating.
knowledge, she's not really even, and she can buy them if she wants because she makes her own money.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't made an appearance here, which surprises me
I'm
because
surprised.
she's usually right on top of that stuff.
Well,
So,
I see all the kids that
there
are like
might
the
be an
grade
age-
7s and 8s. They all have Crocs.
yeah, there may be a cutoff there where you know
maybe, I don't
she's
know.
I don't know because she's on her way to
The parents have Crocs now too.
Yeah, we're hearing people in there like one woman was like, "Oh, I'm in my last year of university," and she's got like 7 different pairs
wow.
because they've got sandals, they've got boots, they've got everything. But I would say, do not get the Crocs sandals.
Okay.
You go on vacation this summer. Maybe say you find yourself, I don't know, hypothetically, downtown Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and you see there's a Crocs store. And you think, you know what? This is my time. I'm going to join the revolution.
Okay.
I'm going to get Crocs sliders, the slide
Yes.
sandals. You just
Yep.
slide your feet in. No fuss, no
muss, no
mess,
fuss.
exactly.
They dry quickly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I'm going to spend the rest of the day walking around Charlottetown in said Crocs sandals and soak my feet coated in blisters.
Oh.
yeah.
Well, they're new shoes. Like new shoes do that.
Still
Regular
every
Crocs don't do
time
that?
every time a year later giving me blisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't leave your Crocs out in the sun. They shrink.
They'll
do
melt.
they?
Oh, and
Okay.
they melt, they shrink, they do all of that stuff.
Really?
I
Ashley
had
even got the
Crocs.
Crocs flip-flops. Also gives her blisters everywhere.
Yeah, I had Crocs. I had a couple of pair of Crocs. The first pair I got were great. I was not allowed to wear them outside the house. I never did. But I used them for, cutting the grass and doing any yard work and all of that stuff. They were very comfortable. And then eventually they start to fall apart. So I got another pair, exact same color. And they used to leave them, the old ones I could leave out. These ones, I don't know what they did with Crocs, but they started making them differently and they shrunk. And it's no fun when they
I
shrink.
saw somebody else just say that they're shrunk in the heat.
They do shrink. And there's a way to expand them, but it's a lot of trouble and it didn't really work.
Apparently,
So
you put
I'm
them,
out of
I've
the
heard
Crocs
you
business.
put them in the dryer.
You can
and
try.
Then you walk around in them in wool socks to stretch them out.
You can do it. The other one is boiling them. That helps.
Boiling them?
Yeah,
Oh, I think
boiling
I've
them in
heard
hot
that
water.
too.
Yeah.
So
But,
does your daughter have Crocs, Forman?
Yeah, of course she does.
Oh, she has them. So all the
Yes.
girls are obsessed now.
yes.
yeah, get some Crocs. What are you doing?
Well, for her birthday, she can have Crocs. I'm not going out to buy Crocs now. I just bought her a pair of shoes she doesn't wear.
Get used to it. This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, the Dolly Parton of podcasts. Although I would have to admit we're not nearly as popular, and we do have one extra boob.
There's 3.
That's
Yeah.
terrible. That's just
We do have extra.
that's such a terrible, terrible
There's-
joke.
yeah.
It's just the worst. It's the
It
worst.
was almost a dad joke.
It is
although
about.
not,
It is.
Not
It's
super
close.
appropriate.
It's pretty. Well, it's
Was
a
it-
podcast.
it was like the adults
It's
of
not.
that- it was
It's
a
not.
dad joke
It's
adult
not a
version.
joke I would have told on the radio anymore. But certainly I can tell it on a podcast.
Right.
We are Dave, Rachel, and Forman.
All right, I've got some Rachel's fun facts.
Yippee!
Usually factual, occasionally fun.
Okay. All right. Well, some of these, actually, I think they're all. Well, anyway, we'll see. We'll see what you think. Okay.
On the radio, I used to feign excitement, but I don't
Yeah.
feel I need to do that on the podcast.
Oh, you're not gonna do. Okay.
Well,
Fine.
I've kind of.
Well,
you
you're
know,
not,
I've learned over the years that sometimes, as Foreman will attest, sometimes the facts
The guy's still saying usually factual, occasionally fun.
Right. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
you're not
all right.
alone because 4 out of 10 adults say they cannot muster up a smile.
Not enough Dave in their life.
That's right.
Yeah, really.
You need more Dave in your life. You
Those
need
are
me
not
to
the
be.
happiness officers of
Yes.
the offices.
Do not get them as happiness.
Those
No.
people's names are Jana and Charlotte.
4 out of 10 cannot muster up a smile. That's sad. That's too bad. Okay, if you ever wondered, how can I tell if somebody is a psychopath? Just how do you even recognize? Okay, here's how you recognize if someone is a psychopath. Like legit, I guess.
Let me guess. So they walk in first thing in the morning and go, "Good morning."
No, that's the opposite. That's the happiness officer. You're getting them confused.
No, I don't think so.
Psychopaths are often immune to contagious yawns due to their lack of empathy. They're also less likely to be startled. If you yawn, I yawn now, because now I'm thinking about it, I'm yawning. And then I make you yawn, right? And if you don't yawn, you're probably a psychopath. Dave, no yawn there? No. Okay. They're also yeah. They're also less likely to be startled. You can't scare them.
No, didn't
very
scare
much, anyways.
The yawn fact makes sense. It's not
'cause
particularly
everybody
fun,
does
by
that.
the
It's
way.
the empathy thing. Yes,
the
I
empathy
get
thing.
that.
The
Yeah,
lack
I
of
get it.
empathy.
I get it.
The startling is
It makes no
surprising.
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
You can't startle them.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're just always on
I can
edge.
be
I don't know.
I
if
can
they
be
don't.
easily startled, so I don't think really that I. But sometimes somebody yawns. Rachel used to yawn in the middle of we would be. This is factual, by the way. This is something I can talk about now. We would be on the air. I would be telling a story, or maybe even Forman would be relating something, and she would yawn in the middle of it.
Yeah, I would.
She would
She's still
look
doing
right
it.
at us.
She's
I
still
do that
doing
all
it
the
in this
time.
podcast. I catch you every time.
She yawned.
Yeah, I do. Well, because I was tired all the time.
Yeah.
And I still.
And when
you just say the word yawn, now I'm going to yawn again.
see, and when you
Anything
yawn,
will make me yawn.
when you yawn at some, and
Yawning
when
is just a way to get oxygen to your brain, so I guess that's
Yeah.
why you're tired. But
okay. But when you yawn in the middle of someone talking or presenting or doing something like
Talking
that,
to me.
your immediate reaction is, okay, well, if I'm not entertaining you,
Yes.
no, it wasn't. I
what-
wasn't
how
yawning
is-
because you were
how is
boring.
this landing with the listeners? Not sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a
Yeah,
psychopath,
so-
anyways. That's
Yeah,
good news.
sure.
Well,
Okay.
Okay.
Super fun so far.
Yes. Okay.
Really super fun.
Did you know that in 2014, the Danish government replicated the entire country of Denmark in Minecraft? Players blew it up immediately and put American flags on the ruins.
Who's that fun for?
Yeah.
Well, it just kind of
Not for the Danes.
not for the Danes. It's only fun for
I thought
Americans,
you
and
were
the
the-
rest of us are like, yeah, that makes sense.
This
Bad
is why
day to
you
wear
this-
wooden shoes.
This is why you can't be the
Dutch.
chief of happiness officer.
Dutch.
You can't. You can't.
I can't. Okay. Speaking of the United States, did you know the U.S. does not have an official language? Which is odd because I thought it was English and Spanish, but I guess they don't have an official one.
Pretty sure it's American.
American. Y'all.
Somebody actually asked me when I was in California. She's like, "You're from Canada." I said, "Yep." And she said, "Do you speak French?" I said, "No, not really, but we learn it, but I don't really speak it." She's like, "Oh, so you speak American?"
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Nobody speaks American.
Anyway, here's your freedom fries.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay,
Your
I
freedom
think,
prize.
Excuse me.
Fun fact right there. Freedom prize.
This one's not really fun, but I find
Oh,
it
great.
very
One that's
interesting.
not fun.
Yeah,
So
this
far,
one, I'm not
everything else has
promising-
been a
I'm
knee
not
slapper.
promising this one.
Okay. All right.
Even
I
you're
hate you
admitting
guys.
it's not fun.
This one's not, but I find this fascinating. I feel like it should just be out there. I don't know why. Pablo Picasso, the painter,
Yes.
he kept a gun loaded with blanks. Okay, no bullets, just blanks. And he used that to shoot at people who questioned the meaning of his paintings.
Actually, that is kind of fun. That's funnier than you think. That's funnier.
I thought it was
That's
funny.
that's the funniest
I
one
thought
yet.
you were gonna shit all over it, but
No,
I
that's the
actually
funniest one
liked
yet.
that one. I thought
That's right.
gotta be out there somewhere for some reason.
That's a smart idea.
It is.
I
Yeah.
wish
It is.
I wish I'd had one of those at work when anybody would yawn in the middle of my story.
And then shoot. Oh, okay, that would help it. Here's a gunshot
Well, it would
in the studio, and
It would
Rachel
liven it
screams.
up.
Okay,
Or
fine.
blanks.
They're
Fine.
blanks. Who cares?
Okay, last one, and I think we've done maybe half of this, but I found the other half of this fact, so we have to do this one. You may have heard a part of this before. Female penguins sometimes engage in prostitution, performing sex acts in exchange for pebbles. Okay, so they get pebbles for it. However, Sometimes the female penguin will trick the male into thinking they're doing an act and then run off once she gets the pebble. Penguins are hilarious.
That's your takeaway.
Penguins are hilarious.
Yes, they're just like us.
You need to put that on a T-shirt. That's really a great. Penguins are hilarious.
Just wait for our merch store. It's all coming.
Yeah.
On our gibbets.
On our
Yeah.
gibbet.
Yeah.
This is Due to Underwhelming Demand, a podcast with Dave, Rachel, and Forman. If you would like to sponsor this fine podcast, and you may be hearing commercials in the middle of our podcast, more than likely we had nothing to do with that.
They are not paying us.
And they're not paying us a dime,
No.
FYI. But
But we have expenses to cover, and if you would
and
like to
we'd sure like to
sponsor.
keep this podcast going. So, Dave Rachel Forman at gmail.com. If you know someone who might be interested, if you're interested, we can send you some information, and we'd be delighted to hear
Yeah.
from you. We're
Absolutely.
delighted, actually, if we hear from anyone.
We love getting the messages and reading them every week. So thank you so much to everyone who's messaged us. You can email DaveRachelForman at gmail.com, or we're on Facebook or Instagram. It's at Dave Rachel Forman is our handle. We're also on YouTube now. We have 144 subscribers
We
so
do?
far. I know.
That's amazing.
Big wigs. And soon we'll be caught up in posting new video episodes every Tuesday because it took a while to catch up. But that's coming. So all of our
Got it.
podcasts are on there, full episodes, and there's lots of clips if you want to just go through and listen to some of the clips. But please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dave, Rachel, and Forman, Due to Underwhelming Demand podcast, okay, on YouTube. Okay, we got a message from Trudy, who used to listen to us before because I recognize her name, and I know Trudy listened to us when we were at the radio station. She says, I just recently got into podcasts, wedding planning ones, so she must be getting married. And I wanted to keep it going, and I remembered you guys. So I've started binging them, and I want to thank you for the laughs, specifically the poop episode so far. I don't remember that one.
No, I don't.
Poop episode. It could be any episode. We talked about
who
poop
knows?
emojis today.
Yeah, we do.
So you guys really do have a friendship, and that makes great entertainment. Also, my fiance was a hard-to-wake-up teenager, and I still couldn't tell you how to wake one up. He still sleeps till noon on the weekends.
Wow.
And OMG, Charlotte is 15? Or was it the time when you recorded the episode? I know Dave doesn't read these.
No, I
But
do not.
I remember the days when Charlotte was 4 or 5, and you had a segment called What is Charlotte Singing? And I loved it. I didn't want it to end. How do we bring that back? Thanks for being awesome.
Well, she would never participate in that little segment now.
No, I don't think she
Not
Slightly
a-
more willing before.
Not
yes,
a
that's
chance.
right. My kids would be all over that.
They would do it.
all
Oh, yeah.
over
You
it.
can get them to do it at a certain age, and then you can't.
Yeah,
And
maybe
then you
not
can't.
past 10. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
If your fiance is
Anyway,
still
thank you,
sleeping until
Trudy.
noon, I also would sleep until noon still too, except for one simple thing in your life that will change that forever. Have children.
Yes.
Children.
I would
And
sleep
then
in if
you're
I could.
fucked.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
As soon as you have kids, you're up at 6, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So thank you, Trudy, for that. We also have a message from Howie, who I know listened to us before as well. He sent a photo, actually, for Forman at Costco of the big tire center sign, because I know
Yeah.
you were
'Cause
looking
it's hard.
for the
It's
tire
not that
center.
hard to find for me.
Yeah.
It's really
Right.
not.
Yeah.
That was at the new South London location, actually.
Right.
He says,
Where though? Where in that Costco is that sign?
right in the middle of the doorway, actually. I don't know. It's
And
You
oh,
beside
so
the
just
membership desk.
just go into the grocery spot and you'll find tires? I don't think so.
No, you won't.
He says, I love hearing you guys every week. The best thing is you never know what you'll be talking about, and it's never a dull moment with you guys. Keep it up.
We also
so
never
funny.
know what we'll be talking
No,
about.
that's a fact. We don't know.
We don't even know how things. People would always
No.
be like, "Do you plan what you're going to say?" We're like, "No,
Nah,
not
not
really.
really.
It
It
just,
just
kinda-
comes like the whole thing, and you posted this
But that
lawn
doesn't have. It
sign.
depends on who you're working with.
Yeah.
Well, you posted this lawn sign. Like this just came out of nowhere, but it says, "I'm not a swinger. I just like pineapples," with a picture of a pineapple.
Oh my gosh, 3 or 4 people sent that to us. I had to post it.
Well, this is Cassandra even left a comment and said, "I was going to send this to you, but then I realized you were the ones that posted it."
We had several people send that to us, so thank you for that meme because that was hysterical, and I had to post it.
Yeah.
Lisa
Yeah.
says, "You guys have me worried about pineapples. Now I rethink when I'm buying it. like as an actual
Oh,
pineapple
as
to
a
eat.
fruit. No, I still buy the fruit to eat. Yeah.
And then Brian Hoover
Do
says,
you,
"Oh,
you, Rachel?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
you?
And I put it upside down in my cart.
Okay. Oh, what a rebel.
I'm kidding.
well, Brian Hoover says, OMG, my girlfriend was going to get a pineapple tattoo because
Oh.
she likes them.
Don't do
LOL,
that.
this is by far the best podcast. I never stop laughing and listening to Dave Ritchell and Foreman. Thanks.
Aw, thank
All
you so
right.
much.
But is she going to get the tattoo still?
Yeah, we need to know the update on that.
And then
Yeah.
are we all invited?
Can we crowdfund and pay for it if we can all go and make a bit out of it?
Well, I wasn't asking to go, but Rachel clearly is. So.
Well, I want to know if it happens.
I'll stay home if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right.
Chief Happiness Officer.
People will be too happy at that part.
I'm just happy this is over.